2023 is right around the corner, and Tesla has a lot of plans that could come to fruition in the year. There's still a lot of unknown for product releases, Elon's status as CEO, and more, but there is plenty to speculate on, which is why I brought together a bunch of my favorite people in the Tesla and EV community to get their thoughts on Tesla in 2023. I'll introduce each collaborator as we go, but you're going to hear from Andy Slye, Robert Rosenfeld, Jon Rettinger, Dirty Tesla, Kim Java, Tailosive EV, Tesla Raj, and last but certainly not least, Sandy Munro and Cory Steuben from Munro and Associates. Each creator brings their own insights and perspectives, so I'm super excited about this video. Let's get into it. When putting together this video, I asked everyone a few basic questions to draw from. These include, what are you expecting to see from Tesla in 2023? What are you most excited to see from Tesla in 2023? Cybertruck predictions? Anything negative you expect from Tesla in 2023? And then, which non-Tesla EV are you most excited for in 2023? What I love about this video is the unique perspective everyone brings, each with their own expertise. To start off with, let's go with the manufacturing side of things and hear from Cory Steuben at Munro and Associates.
What am I expecting from Tesla in 2023? More evolution. So behind me is the 2022 Model Y, and we're blown away with how much it evolved from the 2020 Model Y and what we've already seen on the Cybertruck. Just that little image that was leaked was a huge amount of evolution. From the tiny half a megacasting, which is what we called it, gigacasting, to these massive 2 gigacastings, to the even bigger 9,000 ton gigacastings on the Cybertruck. Our team is dying to get a hold of that. Hopefully we get it mid to the end 2023 to tear down, to disseminate that information to the world. When it comes to non-Tesla EVs, I really want to see if GM can back up all their talk. Mary Barra has talked a big talk, particularly about their GM Ultium platform, and I want to see the low-cost EVs, the Blazer, the Equinox, I want to see if they can make them in mass. Something negative, supply chain. So with the Tesla Semi being announced and Tesla planning on making up to 50,000 of those a year by 2024, 2025, it'd be really interesting to see what type of impact that has on the raw material supply for the batteries, because those are large 900 to 1,000 kilowatt hour packs. That's the equivalent of 8, 9, or 10, actually 13 Model Ys worth of battery materials. So 2023 is going to be a really interesting year, but once again, I think it's going to be more evolution and integration from Tesla. And they've been blowing us away for the past 5 years, and I think they'll continue that.
I started with Cory here because I love seeing a torn apart Model Y, but also love seeing the perspective that consumers often don't consider when it comes to Tesla's expertise in manufacturing. Very excited to see this evolve in 2023, particularly with things like the Cybertruck. Next, we're hearing from Jon Rettinger.
In 2023, I do finally expect it to be the year the Cybertruck hits the road, redesigned Model 3. We've seen rumors of this weird LiDAR-equipped Model X, and I am gonna go out on a limb and say 2023 is gonna be the year Tesla adds a camera near the bumper, and we finally get 360 cameras. Cybertruck is going to be obviously a polarizing product, probably like Tesla as a whole right now. I think what's going to be most surprising to people is the price. This is going to come in, my prediction, just under $100,000. I think it's gonna probably be about $90,000 for the top line trim, and eventually will come down from there. But at launch, I think it's going to be very, very expensive. And rumor is it's being more difficult to manufacture than initially expected, and that should factor into the price. I do expect though them to sell a bajillion of these things, and expect these unrendered looking triangles to be all over the road as we get into the end of 2023 and certainly into 24. If there's any negative to take from Tesla in 23, it's probably gonna be the Elon drama. And I think whether or not consumers can separate Elon from Tesla, whether they even wanna separate Elon from Tesla, or they choose to sort of look in other directions. I don't think Tesla's gonna have demand problems for the foreseeable future. I think they are gonna have supply chain issues like every car manufacturer. They've been really adept at sort of working around those, whether it's sort of the processor side or components they can just manufacture themselves in-house. But I think the biggest hurdle for Tesla is going to be Elon himself in 23. I'm really excited to see what Lucid's gonna do. I'm excited to see the Lucid Sapphire. I'm excited to see the Lucid Gravity, which I know isn't coming out until 24, but it will be announced in 23. I got 3 kids, so electric SUVs are pretty interesting to me. Those are probably my top that I'm excited to check out next year. In general, I'm really excited for the future of EVs. Aside from the Tesla side, I think we'll see Rivian build out their Rivian Adventure Network and hopefully get something that even can hold a candle to the incredible supercharger network, or at least a roadmap to sort of have their own network. Hopefully Electrify America figures it out, because those chargers are unreliable and doing a total disservice to the entire non-Tesla EV industry.
I couldn't agree more on chargers, and I'm really curious to see how this gets solved for non-Teslas. Next up is Kim Java answering what she's expecting from Tesla in 2023.
Hey Ryan, thanks for having me today. So I also have an EV-focused YouTube channel, previously called Like Tesla, but now it's Kim Java, so hopefully you guys will go check that out too. What are you expecting to see from Tesla in 2023? Okay, so that is a big question. I mean, how much time do you guys have? I could go on and on, but I think it will be Tesla's best year yet in terms of production output with the sales of the Model 3 and Y. And maybe we will see another increase in profit margins as they streamline productions of those cars with fewer parts and more efficiency. Of course, the Semi and the Cybertruck will also hit the roads, and maybe we'll learn more about the next-gen Roadster and hopefully get closer to getting ours. I also expect more details and progress on Tesla Bot, and maybe even more details on Tesla's proposed HVAC system that Elon has teased is something that Tesla will definitely be developing. And I could just go on and on with all this, but let's keep moving. What are you most excited to see from Tesla in 2023? So definitely excited to see Tesla Semi and Tesla Cybertruck production taking off. So as far as Cybertruck predictions, I think that by the end of summer, we're going to start seeing pictures of them on the roads over in Texas. That's kind of cool and different. Then it's really going to start to ramp, and by Thanksgiving, Christmas time next year, we're going to start seeing them everywhere. So super excited for that, and hopefully I'll see them in the South this time first. Anything negative you expect from Tesla in 2023? Okay, well, negative, maybe not of Tesla, but Elon will probably continue to cause some kind of uproar over on Twitter, and I really hope that he doesn't go too far to the point where people don't want him as CEO of Tesla. But as far as Tesla specifically, I think they're going to open up their supercharger network, and so there's going to be more competition and more traffic at the chargers. So, some people probably not like that. The FSD price will probably get an increase again. At the same time, it's going to just keep improving and getting better. Which non-Tesla EV are you most excited for in 2023? So I'm actually really excited to get my hands on the Hyundai Ioniq 6.
Definitely curious to see this car out on the road. It should be remarkably efficient. Up next with his 2023 Tesla predictions is Andy Slye.
Hey, what's up? It's Andy Slye. Here are some things that I'm looking forward to from Tesla in 2023. First of all, I think there are going to be some price changes, possibly some price reductions, maybe more specifically about the Model 3 performance. If Tesla tries to take advantage of the EV tax credit somehow, I don't know how that's all going to fold out, but we know that price increases have been very popular over the past couple of years. Maybe we'll see some price lowering for that tax credit. I think we'll see a lot of focus on Cybertruck, obviously. I think they're going to focus on deliveries and getting that out as soon as they can. But I also think they're going to focus on keeping the Model Y deliveries successful, because that is close to becoming the best-selling car worldwide, period. And also some noticeable improvements, hopefully, for FSD Beta, since it's going to the wide release very soon. What I'm most excited for, I'd be silly not to say the Cybertruck, because although we've seen it in pictures and videos and stuff like that for the past 3 years, when it actually hits the road and when you see it out in the wild for the first time, it's going to turn heads. It's going to cause so much commotion. But I also, unfortunately, think that the Cybertruck will get a price increase. I'm expecting at least like $10,000 to $20,000 more than the reservation price from 3 years ago. Now, as far as negative predictions for 2023, I could definitely see the Elon drama continuing, but I could also probably see Elon taking a step back from all that Twitter nonsense and trying to focus more on Tesla like he was in previous years, especially with the Cybertruck. But I could also see a delay happening for the Cybertruck and the Roadster. I'm not expecting the Roadster until 2024, but I could see a delay in that as well, and even the Cybertruck, because they've already both been delayed by this much already. And the most excited that I am for a non-Tesla EV in 2023 is hands down the Hyundai Ioniq 6. Going to be a 340-mile sedan for under $50,000, and I think it's the first true EV competitor to the Model 3. So I'm very excited to see that. But either way, there's going to be a lot of cool, exciting things happening in the EV world in 2023 in the next couple of years.
That's a couple excited for the Ioniq 6 now, and I agree it's great to see a true Model 3 competitor finally enter the market. Next up, answering these questions from a great general tech perspective is Robert Rosenfeld.
I am hopeful that 2023 is going to be a very big year for Tesla, and I've got a couple of predictions on what I hope we see in the new year. First off, there's sort of the obvious stuff, that new refresh Model 3 that hopefully brings some good changes on the inside and the outside, and then hopefully, in some capacity, the launch of the Cybertruck, finally. And then I've got sort of a wild card, one of these longtime rumors that I'm personally really excited to see in 2023, and that is the expansion of third-party apps inside of Tesla vehicles, or maybe even the official launch of some kind of app store. And I think we can all agree, for better or worse, Teslas are notorious for their lack of Android Auto and CarPlay support, and I think that despite Tesla's software strengths, which are plentiful, the software is lacking in a couple of major places, and having the ability to have different mapping technologies, different streaming services, different ways to listen to music and podcasts, and more options in Tesla Theater and games and utilities, all of that would be really great to see. And the holiday update has sort of opened the door just a bit to this, as Tesla is working with different developers and companies to sort of bring more third-party apps to Tesla vehicles, and this is something I'd love to see as a trend that continues in the new year. Whether this is the official launch of an app store where developers can submit free and paid apps and you can download them right inside of your car, that'd be amazing, and has been a rumor for a while, and I'd love to see it in 2023. I think it makes a lot of sense. Or maybe this is sort of a more tame approach, and Tesla just allows developers to work with them more closely to slowly but surely launch more apps in cars. I think whatever the case is, having access to more third-party apps inside of cars is a win-win for everybody. Maybe a way for Tesla to make some money and sort of increase their services, revenue, and make some money, a la Apple or Google. And also just a win for us as getting more options instead of our cars for existing owners, and then even new owners join the Tesla family as well. So not sure if it's going to happen, sort of wild card, but I'm going to cross my fingers and hope this happens.
+1 for a Tesla App Store over here. I would love to see that. Earlier we heard from Cory at Munro and Associates, but now let's hear from the man himself, Sandy Munro.
In 2023, I'm thinking that Elon Musk is going to announce two things. One, more information on the Cybertruck. Two, more information on the, say, $25,000 sedan that I think he's going to put out. And three, I am guessing, I could be guessing, but I'm a good guesser. I think you're going to find that Elon Musk is going to come out and say that he's found a new way to generate power for his vehicles. Could be that it's some solar application, or it could be a new battery, or maybe it's a solid state battery. I don't know, but like I say, people pay me a lot of money to guess the future, and that's what I would guess for Elon Musk. We could see supply chain issues getting in the way, but from the supply chain, I'm talking more about raw materials. That's entirely possible, because really and truly our relationships with the people who control most of the raw materials in the United States, for the United States, are in rough shape and getting rougher by the day. I believe that 2023 could turn out to be a bad year for the automotive industry in general. I think that there probably will be a downturn of some sort, and I believe that car sales will probably drop. For Tesla, I don't see that happening as much, especially if they make an announcement for a car that comes in under $25,000. My gut feel is that of all the car companies out there, Tesla will probably be the most immune to any sort of controversy into 2023. 2024 could be a really good year for those that have survived 2023.
Next up, we're hearing from Chris at Dirty Tesla.
Hey everybody, Chris from Dirty Tesla here. So for 2023, I am so excited for Tesla. I really think the Model Y ramp is going to continue. We're going to see a lot more Model Y coming out of Texas, and I kind of have a suspicious feeling that the Model 3 and Model Y may be becoming more powerful, may get more powerful motors perhaps, and I think we may see a slight bump in the range of the Model 3 and Model Y in 2023 as well. The thing I'm most excited for Tesla next year, of course, is Cybertruck. I cannot wait. Please, Tesla, tell us something, anything. about the final specs of the Cybertruck. I am a bit worried that it's going to be prohibitively expensive, especially compared to the predictions from a few years ago. And I'm also worried that Tesla's not going to deliver on that 500 miles of range, mostly due to a lack of competition in that range, but also because the less batteries they put per Cybertruck, that's more Cybertrucks they can make, and they're gonna need to meet that insane demand. On top of that, I think the ramp up of Cybertruck might be a little slow, especially since it's such a new product, but let's hope I'm wrong on that. And which Tesla EV am I most looking forward to in 2023? Maybe kind of a weird answer, but actually the Chevy Silverado I think looks pretty great. I think the price will probably be decent. It is expected to come with 400 miles of range. I am very skeptical that Chevy can actually deliver that, but that's what they're saying for now. And it's supposed to be coming by the end of next year. And I really am excited for it. I have a reservation and I hope that Chevy can deliver on their promises. Thanks for having me. Happy holidays and Happy New Year to everybody.
I'm particularly curious to see which company gets us a 400-mile electric truck first. Next up, we have Drew from Tailosive EV.
Hey Ryan, so in 2023, I'm expecting Tesla to continue to ramp successfully at Giga Texas and Giga Berlin. I'm hoping that means they can actually catch up on demand and we can start seeing some price reductions. And I think they're going to continue to roll out full self-driving beta to more and more people. Hopefully within the next couple months, it will no longer be a beta program you have to apply for. You can just pay for it and access it, and you don't have to worry about what software version you're on. But I'm predicting we're not going to get any level 3 autonomous driving next year. Basically, I don't think at any point Tesla will say, okay, full self-driving is so good, you don't have to pay attention anymore. So it will continue to be a very cool level 2 autonomous driving system. In terms of what I personally am most excited for from Tesla next year, honestly, it has to be finding a Tesla Semi like out in the wild. I know they're very early in their production ramp right now, but my hope is at some point in 2023, I'm going to be able to drive by, the most efficient semi-truck in the world and the safest, and I'm just a big fan of the Tesla Semi. I think they're going to save a lot of lives, reduce emissions, particulate emissions a lot, and their efficiency for their size and their class is just absurdly good, and I care a lot about efficiency, so... But you also ask about Cybertruck predictions, so I think Tesla, similar to the Semi, is going to be very vague with updates. We might get a site refresh at some point where they show the tweaked design with the mirrors and the windshield wiper, updated interior with the driver display behind the yoke and all that, but I'm guessing it's going to be a year of prototyping, and 4680 cells aren't going to ramp the way they want, or they're not going to have the energy density they want, and either Tesla is going to compromise on the range and launch with a quad motor 300-mile range Cybertruck, and it's going to be expensive, but they can deliver a bunch of these things internally because tons of Tesla employees likely already have orders in, and similar to the 4680 Model Ys that Tesla was delivering early in the Giga Texas ramp, they're going to start deliveries of the Cybertruck in 2023, but we're not going to know what they actually cost, and we'll see people driving them around, but they're not actually going to be non-employees for probably quite some time. I do think that we'll at least get an EPA filing on the Cybertruck before the end of 2023, and at that point we'll officially know what the efficiency and range numbers are, but my guess it's that final price that's going to be really hard for us to figure out because Tesla loves being extra quiet on a lot of their new projects and being very vague about it. I think we could actually have a Cybertruck delivery event where we never find out what the truck actually costs. They know they have to deliver the truck, but they also know they just cannot deliver anywhere close to that targeted pricing they originally set back in 2019. Either the range or the price is just going to be extremely disappointing, and 80 to 90% of people who ordered the truck are going to cancel. But that's going to be okay because there's like 2 million reservations, and Tesla's not going to be able to keep up, even with 100,000 or 200,000 reservations for the first several years. So that's what makes me think it's going to be a big disappointment, but Tesla is still going to sell them at a huge profit. There won't be any demand problems for the Cybertruck, but the disappointing delayed thing I think is going to be robo-taxis, and the Cybertruck specs are just not going to be all that great. But lastly, you asked, what is my non-Tesla EV I'm most excited for? Without question, any and all developments surrounding Aptera to me is the most exciting. I'm a sucker for efficiency, and the car I'm in right now, if I drive it pretty slowly and consistently on a good day, I can get it a little bit under 200 watt hours per mile, whereas the Aptera is trying to cut that in half and get to 100 watt hours per mile and hopefully get up to 1,000 miles of range. I love the design. I love the concept of charging the car car via solar, but I know they're a startup, so I guess if I had to pick a different vehicle that I'm excited about from non-Tesla, I'm also a huge Rivian fan, and they claim that they're going to have a 400-mile range R1T launching this summer, and I'm excited to see the official range numbers and the features and battery pack size of that truck. I think it's going to be the first electric truck to break the 400-mile range mark, and that should help alleviate a lot of the Electrify America problems Rivian owners are having right now, and it'll have their new dual motor powertrain, which helps with efficiency, which I care a lot about. So thanks, Ryan. Have an excellent new year and happy holidays.
Last and certainly not least for today, we have Tesla Raj.
Hey Ryan, thanks for having me on. As far as what I predict for 2023 and Tesla, I'm predicting Cybertruck, obviously. I'm predicting more semis on the road. I'm predicting full production at Austin and Berlin factories. I'm predicting Roadster. And I'm also predicting that hopefully we get to see this new robo-taxi that's supposed to come. Now, as far as what I'm excited for 2023, it's what everyone's excited for, the Cybertruck. That's going to be my vehicle, my family's vehicle. We're going to road trip in it and so forth. So that's what I'm most excited for. As far as Cybertruck predictions, oh man, I'm just hoping that Tesla looks at what other EV truck manufacturers are bringing to their trucks and does the same. Quad motors, vehicle to home charging, which allows you to use your vehicle as a backup battery to your home should the power go out. The mid-gate, expect that to drop down so that you can access HVAC to a tent in the back. Man, so much frunk accessibility, which we haven't seen yet, and even more. I'm expecting this thing to be a beast, and I'm excited to see it on the road because it's so radically different that I think it'll be really cool. Now, as far as anything negative, I really don't think I see anything negative for Tesla in 2023 except for Elon drama. You know, I mean, Elon just bought Twitter, and so he likes to use the platform to express himself, and many people don't seem to agree with some of Elon's opinions. So I think that could have somewhat of a negative impact on the company, but I think Tesla is so far ahead that I don't think it'll have any drastic negative impacts. I mean, just look at their charging network. It's unstoppable, and I can't wait to see them open that up to every EV. It'll really just solidify Tesla's mark in the EV market. Now, as far as which non-Tesla EV I'm excited for in 2023, I mean, technically they're already launched, but I'm really excited for Rivian. I really like what they've done with the truck, the SUV, but actually what I'm really excited for in 2023 is to see more of this sub-30K EVs. We've seen Hyundai and their Ioniq line come out with some really affordable, best bang for the buck EVs, and the reason why I'm really excited to see more of these kind of vehicles coming to market is because that's going to further help that transition for people moving from their internal combustion vehicles over to electric vehicles. If the price is low enough, they're more likely to take that leap. That's everything about 2023 that I'm excited for, that I'm fearful for, and what I expect. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Raj, and a huge thank you to everyone for being a part of this video. I love hearing all of these perspectives, and each of the creators are linked in order that you heard from them in the description below. Definitely check them out and subscribe to see their awesome videos. As for my predictions, I don't really have too much to add. The main thing I think we'll see from Tesla in 2023 is the interesting tension between people thinking Tesla is going to fail because of Elon's distraction, and Tesla continuing to succeed because they're way bigger than one person. They also have a huge lead with electric vehicles in general. I'm definitely rooting for the Cybertruck to come early, but I do see the points Drew from Tailosive EV made that Tesla could ship it to employees first in a big run of prototypes for testing. Technically, they will have shipped the Cybertruck, but a lot of mystery could remain. The non-Tesla EV I'm personally the most excited about here is the ID Buzz. I was always a big fan of the classic VW bus, so I'd love to see what comes of this refreshed electric version in 2023. It should arrive at the end of 2023 in the US. What about you though? What do you predict from Tesla in 2023? What non-Tesla are you most excited about? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks again to everyone who contributed. I'll see you on the next one.